Well, everyone, welcome to MarsCon 2021 Forces of Darkness Closing Ceremonies. I'm Christine, and with me is my vice chair, Matthew, and some members of the CONCOM who made it into the Zoom with us. And the first matter
Mic
of
off.
business,
Mic feedback
first of all, I
off.
want to apologize. I am sorry for any technical issues, sound issues, video quality issues, any and all miscommunications caused by the inability for people to be in the same room at the same time face to face to hold conversations. And I'm sorry for the limitations that doing a virtual con presents on participation. It is really challenging if you don't have a way to connect, and it is challenging from an accessibility standpoint. Science fiction fandom thrives on including as many people as we can when we get together, and that's not possible when we go 100% virtual, and we know that. And I'm sorry for leaving you out if going virtual left you out of MarsCon 2021 in any way. And okay, for this last one, it's really unforgivable, but I actually honestly had no real control over this, although kind of I did, I guess. Most of all, I'm also very sorry for daylight savings time happening on the last night of the convention. I couldn't stop it, wasn't in my power. I will definitely do better next year at trying to prevent this calamity, although, yes, it is scheduled to hit us again next year on Sunday of MarsCon weekend, March 13th, as it happens, and it must be stopped. But in all seriousness, MarsCon 2021 was great, and it's going to be in person next year. I certainly hope, and it's going to be so much better. And we couldn't gather in person this year due to a global pandemic. We didn't know that this would happen when our previous chair, Alyssa, dreamed up our 2021 theme, Forces of Darkness. I'm sure she did not realize that it would be so prophetic. And we kept planning and hoping that we'd be able to meet in person, but we knew during the holiday surge that it just was not going to be safe enough by March. But we decided to go forward with virtual anyway, because we still wanted a MarsCon, even if it's not the same. It's still a place for chatting with friends, sharing songs and jokes, talking about the things we like to talk about, playing games, appreciating and patronizing the arts and sciences and films and shows and anime and literature, and doing something just a little different from the regular day's activities. So I was comparing notes actually earlier during the convention with one of our art show directors, Nora Leverson, during this weekend. And we kind of agreed the virtual conventions, it's a little easier in terms of less manual labor. We're not smashing our fingers or hauling in art show panels or equipment or consuite stuff or supplies and things like that. It's definitely easier on gas mileage, but there's far less hugging. Okay, we miss that. We need that, and we're looking forward to safely getting back to that. And now for the best part of closing ceremonies, the thank yous. All right. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you to our wonderful guests of honor, comedy musical artist Robbie Ellis and artist guest of honor John Sloan. First of all, Robbie, his Saturday concert was funny and fantastic, and I don't think I'm ever going to get his song about pumpkins out of my head. Incidentally, the Saturday comedy music track was at over 500 views on YouTube the last time I checked. So thank you, Robbie. Thank you to our artist guest of honor, John Sloan. John actually wrote our opening ceremonies skit, which he performed with Earl Lucas and Meg Bjorkman. And John is also responsible for creating most of the artwork that you have seen posted on the website and the Discord, and some of the slides that you've been seeing between events. And he created an entire stable of emojis of doom, which you may have seen during his talks or used to enhance text conversations on the Discord. So thank you, John, for designing all of this art, along with our t-shirt art, which, by the way, I got mine. And some of the merch that I ordered from our Teespring online store already arrived, including my shirt and this wonderful sticker. I will treasure this emoji sticker always, and I thank you. I may need this signed when it's all said and done, and maybe hopefully sometime soon when it's safe. And then also again, awesome t-shirt art. John, and I didn't know if you wanted to say a few words since you're on the call. you want to go ahead and unmute? I think.
Okay. Thank you, Christine, and I am deeply humbled and that you chose me to return as Artist Guest of Honor again this year. It has been a lot of fun, and just the biggest thanks I want to extend, especially to the art show committee people, Natasha Krentz, for being such a great tech person, especially this weekend with helping work through some of our little snafus and stuff like that. Nora Leverson for helping to wrangle all of us together. Rachel Trainum for her work with the art show committee, and also my wife Jan for her efforts as well. Again, this has been wonderful. Like I said back in 2012, and I'll repeat it again, being Artist Guest of Honor has been like one of the highest accolades that I've received in my comics career so far. It's been wonderful to be able to share my art with you guys, and I look forward to being able to see everybody in person next year. Thanks.
Oh, hold on. Okay. And are we back on me yet? No, we're not back on me.
Mic on. Mic feedback on.
Hello, testing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Going back to earlier comments about technology. Also, I really
mic off.
do need to
mic
thank
feedback
the numerous
off.
programming presenters that gave us their time, their insights, their wonderful events for a busy and fun virtual weekend. And this is a long list, but I really, really want to acknowledge as many people as I possibly can. And I know I'm going to leave people off, so I will open it up to Concom as well. If you think of someone who needs to be thanked, I would really appreciate it. Thank you to SN Arley, Terry Bruce, T. Aaron Cisco, Mary Janice Davidson, Walter H. Hunt, Naomi Kreutzer, Sharon Lee and Steve Miller, Lyda Morehouse, G. David Nordley, Isabel Schechter, Catherine Sullivan, Tyler Torque, Jo Marie Verba, Javier Copley Woods, the Craftonauts, Brittany Valencourt and Jen Steffen, Pendra Ann, MarsCon 99 Guest of Honor, Debbie David, Ruby, and Anthony, her helpers, Nathan Price, Sam Hedden, Andy Watson, Gwen Ruhoff, Jessica Mraz, Lori Ruvers, Stintoni, coming to us from Germany, Eric Heidemann, Michael McAfee, and the Post Meridian radio players for their Doctor Who radio show, Blue Lotus Middle Eastern dancers for their beautiful belly dance performances, Nathan Block, Distant Calling Pictures, Rachel Bizey, Bridget Landry, comedy music track performers, including John Bermuda Schwartz, Amy Engelhart, Beth Kinderman, Devo Spice, Ilmage, Insane Ian, The Great Luke Ski, Throwing Toasters, Tom Smith, TV's Kyle and Linzilla, Worm Quartet, Ukla the Mock, Stephanie Wild, I saw you there, and I know there are others, Matt McMillan, Twin Cities Game Fest, Tony Artem, Bill Hedrick, Illusion Makeup Studio, Crystal Therese, Elizabeth Erickson, Tim Strong, George Richard, thank you so much for the costume presentations, Ben Husett, sitting over here, Nora Leverson, Diana Ton, Brian LaBounty, my son, Kevin Burke, my brother, Steve Murphy, Scenes from a Hat, Mike Harris, Dean Harport, Tom Marr, Bill McNeff, Minnesota MUFON Mutual UFO Network, and also thank you to Parties by IKV Raykel, Beth Kinderman, Chai Khan, and I'm looking forward to the Pi Day filking with Rich Brown after closing ceremonies. The Concom and volunteers had to really pivot this year and adjust to running a con in a way that we really honestly never imagined that we would before. Virtual planning meetings, all of them, every single one. It's like we did MarsCon and all of a sudden, boom, something happened, right? Learning new tech, definitely outside of our comfort zones for, I think, everyone to a certain degree. I need to acknowledge in particular the efforts of the engineering volunteers, a MarsCon subgroup that just came into existence 2 months ago. And without their efforts, we could not have achieved this virtual event. So thank you. Thank you. to Natasha Krantz. You are amazing, and we could not have done this without you. Also, Nora Leverson, John Allen, thank you, Abby Narson, Luke Ski, Brian LaBounty, Steve Murphy, Ben Husett, Rich Brown, Pender Ann, Gizmo, Jacob Me. And now I'd like to open it for other committee members for thanks to anyone I may have left out, starting with my vice chair, Matthew Hellendrum. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, Matthew.
Hello. Well, I just wanted to say that running the gaming portion of the con was rather interesting, trying to do everything that we wanted to online. I found some new tricks to use, some old tricks to use, and new ways to do them. I really want to thank Matt McMillan for all of his help, as he has helped for many years now with trying to run games and using his Twin Cities Game Fest Twitch channel for a couple of panels and streaming some games, even when people weren't actively playing. I want to thank Brandon Balfans for jumping in at the last second on Thursday night, saying that he wanted to run a D&D game on Friday. I especially want to thank Burl Zorn and his crew of players who have been actively playing every day from 2 to 10 and are continuing to play as we speak. I look forward to next year gaming in person and much more of our open gaming content as tradition for MarsCon. And I think that's about it for the weekend for me. I really enjoyed being able to, with the virtual format, make a whole lot more panels than I ever have at any MarsCon before.
All right. Anybody else? Put show of hands. Anybody want to go next? Okay. I'm going to start with Gizmo, and then we'll go to Natasha.
Hi. As head of the volunteer department, I want to send out a huge thank you to all the volunteers, whether they're ComCon or just people who decided to help out. I'm going to name off a few people that were really helpful in getting the volunteer department together this year. John Matherin, Joel, I'm going to crucify his last name here, sorry. Gizant Muncher, sorry, Rachel Baez, and Jacob Me. These guys helped me through getting the volunteer stuff together throughout the year, and certain people like Jacob Me really stepped up. Most of these people, it was their first MarsCon, and they decided to come on as volunteer staff. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a great year.
To add to what Gizmo said, this year's volunteer opportunities were a whole lot different than in previous years. And so Christine mentioned our engineering team. Some of the engineering team was focused on creating the Discord and managing the Discord. And so thank you to Jacob Me and Brian LaBounty for helping manage that, as well as manage all the moderation activities behind the scenes in Discord all weekend. And others of us were focused on learning how to do live streams. So I had done the Zoom side of live streams for Console Room in January, but for MarsCon, I also got to learn the OBS and YouTube side of streaming. And John Allen, Nora Leverson, Abby Naverson, we were your primary streamers, and then Steve Murphy was advising us, as well as being one of our streamers. And we can thank Brian LaBounty for helping come up with our branding layouts. So I hope you all enjoyed the shows, and look forward to seeing you in the future. I suppose I should also put a plug in here. As the finance chair, you can go out to our website and you can register for 2022 already. If you registered for 2021, you're already registered. So if you paid for registration, it's already been moved to 2022. You do not need to register again. But if you haven't registered yet, the registration for 2022 is out there. There's also a donation link. We are a nonprofit. You can donate to us. You can also donate to the Gordy Dixon Fund, which is a scholarship that we usually donate to every year as well. And buy t-shirts, sweatshirts, volunteer swag, and we'll see you next year.
Awesome. All right. I see you've got a list, Ben. Do you want to say some thank yous?
Yes. Want to, as part of a science room, I want to give a shout out to Roger Sorensen, who posted all these fantastic models out in the Discord science room, and David Buse, who was laid low at the last second by illness, but we expect him to come back. And a very heartfelt and sorrowful goodbye to Lauren Nelson, who has helped us many years in our science room, but passed away the middle of last month. So, of course, a thank you to Bridget Landry for keeping the science in science fiction, and great costumes as well. To the entire tech team who helped me get up to speed. And of course to Steve One Job Murphy for getting us up to speed on OBS.
All right. I think if you unmute your microphone, if you want to say anything on behalf of your department, I can't see everybody, so just unmuting will put the focus on you.
I know that Luke's not here, but I think that he'd want me to say thank you to everyone who watched the comedy music this weekend. I had a lot of fun. We all had a lot of fun. Apologies for any technical glitches, but internet is weird. So I'm the friendly neighborhood stage manager. I'll hopefully see you next year if my internships pan out. Yay!
Okay.
Anybody else?
This is Jan from Snarkies. I hope people enjoyed what I posted. We tried to cover some of the meals that we serve in Snarkies and put out an informational so that people, if anybody wants to join for Snarkies next year, they know kind of what's going on with it. So Joe was a big help. He took pictures of food that we set out on my counter and then ate afterwards. And then he did a bunch of posting for me. So, but I agree with Matt. I don't normally get out of Snarkies, so I was able to get to a few other of the panels and a few things going on this year. Went through the art room and the dealers rooms and a few of the panels. So that was different, and it was different not having to do all of the constant changing out of food and stuff, but it was different, but it was fun.
Thank you, Jan. Anybody else? Feel free to unmute and just say something and the focus will go on to you. All right.
Seeing none.
Okay, not seeing any, but obviously we're very immensely grateful to everyone and anyone who had anything to do with the weekend. Attendees, dealers, artists, everyone. We all kind of came together, and I do appreciate it. I do have a few numbers to report. First off, We had, last I checked, 120 main stage subscribers on our YouTube channel. Going from like nothing to that in the span of a weekend is kind of cool. And you don't actually have to subscribe to YouTube in order to watch our shows, but it's kind of cool that we did manage to get that many subscribers. We also had 87 people who subscribed to our panel channel, and over 278 people visited our Discord as well. So that's pretty cool. And Discord it was just released this week, so or beginning of last week. So that's pretty neat. Also, in case you didn't notice the announcement earlier, the USS Nokomis had a blood drive in honor of MarsCon, because usually they do that at MarsCon the weekend before MarsCon took place. And they had a goal of 20 units, and they actually collected 24 units in honor of MarsCon the week before MarsCon. Also, last I checked, GPS charity auction on a goal of $1,000 has raised $822. Maybe that's gone up by now. Is it too late for people to donate to that charity auction or buy merch from the charity auction, Natasha?
It is not too late. The GPS auction doesn't close until midnight tonight, so you still have time.
Excellent. GPS stands for Geek Partnership Society. So if you're new to it, it is a nonprofit as well. And we are partnering with them because we know that they really need money right now too. Charity has been hit pretty hard by the pandemic. So anything that you can either bid on in order or just donate outright will be greatly appreciated by that organization, which benefits all of greater Twin Cities science fiction fandom. So we love to partner with Geek Partnership Society on lots of our events, and we're happy to do co-sponsorship of their charity auction as well this year. Also, and this is kind of fun news, the winner of the Elder Scrolls game, which was promoted over the course of the weekend, Pendra Ann, was able to get this for us, and the winner is Ben Brunuge, and I apologize, I'm probably butchering your last name, and I'm so sorry, but I believe he was one of the folks who was he running like some of the behind the scenes stuff on the comedy music track, if anyone remembers. If you're listening, Ben, Pendra will be sending you an email with instructions on claiming your prize. So unless there are any last minute comments, anybody need to break in? All right, not hearing anything. I'm gonna say MarsCon will be returning next year. The plan for is in person. We're gonna do it as safe as we possibly can, and hopefully by this time next year, it will be very safe. MarsCon 2022, the future ain't what it used to be, will return to Hilton, Minneapolis, St. Paul Airport, Mall of America Hotel at 3800 American Blvd East in Bloomington, Minnesota. And the dates are March 11th through the 13th, 2022. Keep your eyes on the website, marscon.org, as plans for 2022 develop. And thank you so much for coming to MarsCon, for viewing this. Make sure and like and subscribe. And stay safe. See you in person soon. Thank you. We do have some slides that you're welcome to stay on and watch, and those I believe are going now. So if you want to share slides, John.
Mic on. Mic feedback on.
Hewsett.
Mic off. Mic feedback off.
Oh. Okay. Stand by.
Mic on. Mic feedback on.
Yeah, but they aren't.
Yeah,
they aren't auto advancing.
Mic off. Mic feedback off.
Stand by.
No, they just advanced.
Yeah, well, they didn't advance faster. Heck.
Ben then it will work better if you share your screen. And then John's computer will be able to capture the screen share better. So open your slideshow. And hit play. Awesome.
right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Feel free to unmute and cheer. Have a wonderful, wonderful, restful week. Not that you get to do that on the week, but.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Live in 2022. Live.